in interview, people got a question, that is, what is software and hardware, or software hardware differences. People will confusing how to tell an answer. Yeah, you can tell any answer which is related to that one, because you know already answer. Hardware means the physical components of a system. What is a computer hardware? Physical components, okay, of a computer system. Motherboard, CPU, RAM, like this. To work with this hardware, we need a software. Example, we need an operating system to work with this hardware. And you need a specific software to run certain kind of program in it. Without a processor, you cannot run anything. Without hardware components, you can't do anything, right? But even with your hardware components, you can't do anything without operating system and then applications which is inside. Okay, so both are important for a computer. Software, which is nothing but a program, you use it to run on the hardware. Without hardware, you can't run the program. Without program, you can't do any task on the your hardware. Okay, that's the point in the PC hardware part. So this is become a one common question. What is it is? What is difference between software and hardware? Okay, guys, for certain questions, we can't give an answer also. For some questions, even we cannot try to give an answer also. It is even not required sometimes. Okay, not always we can't discuss what is this question, what is this answer. Okay, but it will useful if you are keep getting this type of questions, even if your friend or someone is trying to put a joke on it, even though that is also sometimes very important in interview, because interview means interviewer can ask any question from anywhere. So you cannot say like this is the only question I will get it. No, no, no. Any question from anywhere they will ask to. So you have to ready to speak up. Means open up yourself to speak anything. Okay, why people are not able to open up, speak anything? That is what others are doing. If you are trying open, then people will try to shut yourself. Okay, so that's will last. Like I learn a lot of things. I have notes. But if you are keep speaking, if you are keep teaching, keep learning, keep practicing, so then you are able to give an answer. And practicing answering, how to tell an answer, that is also an important point. Yeah. Guys, so everybody can able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay. PC components. So this is a cabinet, which is I am trying to show you here. This is a cabinet. A cabinet means this box, guys. This box we call it as a cabinet, not CPU. It is. Some people call it as a CPU because that's some kind of habituation. It is because it's inside a CPU can be there. CPU is inside, but this is not. This box is not a CPU. It's a cabinet or a chassis. System cabinet or a system chassis. Or chassis is also good. It's a cabinet. Inside a cabinet, you have SMPS, motherboard, hard disk, CD-RAM, floppy disk if in case if it is there in a olden days. Okay. So, and on motherboard, you have a CPU, RAM connectivity, back panel connectivity. You can see from the back panel is also there. And if you are adding some adapters like NIC cards, sound cards, graphic cards, like you can add these things too on the motherboard. Okay. So guys, everything is connected to motherboard. and which is inside your cabinet. Inside of cabinet, there is a components like a CPU. On your motherboard, you have a CPU, central processing unit, also called as a processor. RAM, random access memory. ROM is a or read-only memory, so which is actually your BIOS or UEFI. Motherboard, which is already I said, it's a main circuit board. All the computer components are connected to this motherboard only. You need a storage like a hard disk or SSDs to store your operating system, applications, and data. CD, DVD become optional nowadays. Okay, so become a purely optional. It's not available now. Mostly people are not using CD, DVD. If they want it, then external CD, DVD they are using. SMPS, which is we are connecting for a power supply purpose. One by one, I will explain. I will explain about CPU, RAM and ROM, and motherboard, hard disk, SSDs, and all. Outside of this outside of this cabinet, inside we have this component, but outside we are connecting to keyboard, and mouse is a pointer device, keyboard is a standard input device. Standard input device. Monitor is also standard output device. Means you want to see, then only we can see, you can able to do anything in your system, right? Without monitor, you can't see. If you cannot see, you can't work on it. Without monitor, system will work. But to do work, you need a interface, right? So that's the point. Standard output device it is. Standard input device is a keyboard. Without a keyboard, you can't do it. Of course, nowadays we are getting this touch screens kind of stuff. Of course, more point mouse also can do work, but standard input device is always keyboard. Okay. Printers and scanners. So that is also a input output devices. Printers convert soft copy to hard copy. For example, I have this document. This document I want to take a print. This document I want to take a print. Okay, so it is inside my PC. It means it's a soft copy. When I take in a printout, that is called a hard copy. Scanner converts hard copy to soft copy. For example, I have a some handout paper document is there. Okay, so I want to send to someone through email. What to do? First scan it. Then the scanning will make a copy into your system in a soft copy that we can able to send through email. Touchpads, the touchpad kind of stuff. Touch screens, touchpad, laptop having touchpad for a pointing purpose, like a mouse. Touchscreen, two-in-one laptops you can see, all-in-one desktops, some all-in-one desktops having touchscreen. So with using touchscreen, you can give input and a pointer selection, open, zoom in, zoom out, things we can able to do in touchscreen kind of stuff. Mic and speakers, yeah, of course. So you can connect your mic and speaker, so then we can audio input and output purpose. Card readers, Bluetooth devices, external hard disk. These are all connected externally. Joysticks, like a game controller kind of stuff. Okay, guys, these are the inside a cabinet and outside a cabinet. Okay, up to here, guys. What are the internal components? What are the external components?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first of all, we'll take CPU. Okay, I will explain about CPU and we'll see. What is a CPU? Central Processing Unit. What CPU is doing? Arithmetic and logical functions. It's a brain of our computer. CPU is not this box, guys. CPU is a small chip. It is. We can look at this. Yeah, we cannot. On motherboard, you have a CPU. There is a CPU socket. You can see there is a CPU socket. On motherboard, we are inserting this CPU. Like this is inserting a CPU. CPU it is. Okay, like this. Actually, there is a lever. Open and put a CPU and lock it. So this is called a CPU socket. So inside the CPU socket, we'll insert a CPU and we lock it. Okay, so that is what our CPUs look like. Central Processing Unit. Okay, all processing done by CPU only.
No, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, sir, is processor and CPU are both the same or different?
Same. Good. So CPU or a processor, both are same. Okay, good. A lot of people in confusion that one. That is a good thing actually. Okay. Normal name we call it as why we call it as central processing unit means main all processing things happens at CPU level only. RAM, a hard disk or motherboard, nothing will process your instructions and data. CPU only process it. That's why it is called as central processing unit. Okay, so that's our processor it is. Good. Okay, we have seen these processors here. For example, guys, how to know some about some processor kind of stuff. What I'm doing is I'm going to Amazon. Oh, very big line. Okay, just want to know about a CPU. So it is see CPU. It is a third generation CPU. So CPU having a bottom pins kind of stuff. It's not a pin. It's a grid kind of stuff. Is there? So 1155. So you want to use this processor. So then you have to purchase a motherboard which is suitable for this processor. Okay. So how to know this number LGA 1155. Okay. These are a cabinets. You can go like processors. So you can so there are yes, it is Intel processor. This is AMD type of processor. AMD, Intel. Okay, Intel processor like that. Okay, where are we? So in a manufacturers for for processor for laptops and as well as the desktops, Intel and AMD. Most of us we are using mainly Intel processor, but you want to go with a gaming kind of stuff. Okay, you want to do some gaming, multimedia support, good graphics kind of stuff. Okay, graphical support is need more kind of stuff. Then you can go for AMD. But generally, we tell us AMD generally produce lot of heat, but still for multimedia processing, AMD is suitable. For a data base means like you are a programmer or you do more processing power is more important than a graphical kind of stuff. Then Intel is good. AMD is little cheaper than Intel. Okay, but Intel is more powerful than AMD. It's not like that, but depends upon your usage is there, guys. So in a Intel also Pentium models, dual core models, i5, i3, i7 models, Xenon type of processors also available. In AMD, Ryzen, Athlon, Xenon, Radeon type of processor there. Much more popularly it is Athlon low level processor, dual core type. Xeon is a currently available processors. So you can see here it is. It's a Ryzen, sorry. It's a Ryzen 3, Ryzen 5 processor. So Ryzen 3 with Radeon Vega 8 graphical desktop, 4 core up to 4 gigahertz, 6 MB cache memory. This is AM4 type of socket it is. Cost is got reduced 7,999. Yeah, I don't have money. Already I have a desktop. So it is cost reduced somewhat little better. Uh, what is this with graphic card? We don't want graphic card. Graphic card separated. And you buy that one, you have to buy the suitable motherboard. You cannot use whatever the motherboard for it. So you have to use based on that processor and the processor socket level. So it is a processor socket and this is completely motherboard. And the related components you have to. So important is processor and motherboard has should be have a compatibilities. This also will tell AM4. Okay, guys. Not only these processors, earlier via build its own processor, but currently popular Intel and AMD. Okay, Motorola also designed lot of processor mainly for certain specific components like a Cisco routers kind of stuff. And mobile processors, mobility related or mobile processors also designed from the Motorola. Later, lot of companies are came. Example now popular one is Qualcomm, Snapdragon, MediaTek, Dimensity. This is the new one which is have seen recently with the Neo phone, some Neo that is new phone is came now. Some gaming support. Helio processors. Xenos, like a Samsung own processor is Xenos. Okay. Samsung use these processor and also their own processor also. Okay. So you have a processor and what are the things we should know about a processor? What are the specifications? You have to know about a processor either before purchasing it or maybe based on the existing one also, how we should know about it. For example, this is a processor. I want to buy this processor. Now, what are the conditions? Means, why should I buy a processor for a build a computer or for a system? Or maybe I have already system is there, already this particular processor is there, but I should know for I do certain things, I should know about this processor. Then what to do? Simply put the processor with a number with every symbol, guys. M, P, S, U kind of stuff. Anything is there. You have to specify that one. So I opened in the intel.com only. Okay, so there is a differentiation is always there. 13th generation processor it is. 24 MB cache. Okay, so good one. So our processor is i5 3270. It's a third generation processor. Number of cores are 4, number of threads are 4. And it is cache memory is 6 MB cache memory. And there is a base clock speed is 3.4 gigahertz. It is discontinued, not available support from the Intel. So Intel is not releasing it because it's already 10 years back processor it is. The RAM, how much RAM I can able to use if I use this kind of processor? Up to 32 GB size of RAM you can use it. And the RAM type is DDR3 model with a 1333 or a 1600 megahertz type of RAMs we can use it. So you have already system is there with this processor. You want to upgrade a RAM. There, how much RAM I can able to increase? I can find it from here. What type of RAM I can use it? I can get it from here. Okay. Like that, the features we can able to get it from this. So what is the internal graphical related information? Is a virtualization support is there or not? Okay, why we should check the virtualization support nowadays? Guys, nowadays system is not only just a system, it is. We can do lot of things with this virtualization technologies. Okay, we can create our own virtual machines in it. Like that. So you want to buy something, then you can get that information from it. I'm going to laptops. Go for any some laptop here. It's showing some laptop. It is Pavilion 14, 11th generation iCore i7 processor. Yeah, 92,000 series. Intel i7, this processor name. Okay. From inside website only, I'm trying to open this particular processor details, which is used in this particular, currently using in this particular laptop. If I buy this laptop, so this come with this kind of processor, so want to verify the details. Okay, it's a 12 MB cache, 4.7 gigahertz up to CPU kind of stuff. It's a number of cores processor, number of threads processor. If you want to know about number of cores, simply click on the question mark. You'll get it. It support RAM up to 64 GB and system types. Means RAM type. Sorry. What type of RAM model we can use it? That is, we can get it from here. Okay. This is a graphical related information. Okay. It has a graphic memory inside. Integrated graphics memory is there. That Intel virtualization technology. Yes. Okay. So you want to buy a new processor, or you want to buy a computer or a laptop or a desktop, or you want to change something like a processor related information, or you want to change a RAM also. These specifications are important. So my processor, the speed is 1.6 gigahertz process. Okay, it's low level processor. Processor generation, type of processor, number of cores, number of logical processor, virtualization is enabled, L3 cache is 6 MB. Okay, see? So we know the processor specifications now. So what is the use of checking a your memory, limitation of your memory sizes. So all this we can able to understand from the specifications. Okay. In a processor also, we have 32-bit type of processor and 64-bit type of processor it is. 32-bit type of processor, 64-bit processor. Your processor is 32-bit. Your operating system must be 32-bit. Device drivers must be 32-bit. Applications also must be 32-bit. But sometimes you can run some 16-bit process applications. 16-bit application you can run on a 32-bit processor using a WoW32, means Windows 16 on Windows 32 additional software. Same goes for 64-bit also. The advantage of using 64-bit, we can run large size instruction, complex instructions, big applications, okay, big size applications. But the application size increases, the storage size increases. So that is another thing. Okay. Guys, understand how to check the specifications about a processor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 2
Yes, sir.
points I will tell about a processor. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So sorry. Guys, this is a single unit processor. Means one core, one processor type in a earlier days. Pentium processor it is. Okay. The same processors in a server kind of motherboards need more processing power. So what they use in single motherboard, they started able manufacture a motherboard can able to put a multiple processors inside like this. Two processors, four processors like that. On a single motherboard, they will put it in the server mode. In a domestic usage means normal usage also, they get a problems because of so technology increases, requirement of a processing speed is also become big challenge. Means a processor has to take care of multiple things at a time and execute these things very fast. Okay. So in this single unit of processor, what they have done, they split into two. Sorry, it's not that that happened initially. So and normal our desktop motherboards, they can't put a multiple processors to increase the speed. What they have done, they manufacture a processor which is sandwich like this, means core type. Guys, if you have one processor, it means you need a cache. So how it is works, instruction load to this cache to processor. So RAM load instructions to cache and to the processor. But in this one, also same thing. Instruction load a cache, sorry, instruction load into cache to processor, processor to cache. But it's two processors are combined as a single unit. So there is called a processor one, processor two. but totally we call it as a dual core processor. Dual core processor means two processor part. People think like it is a very costly way because it's a two processor power. We are use it for increasing speed, but we are not getting because of this cache memory kind of stuff. Okay, so what they have done, so they split a processor into two parts to better working purpose, and they also split the cache memory. In dual core, one cache memory means one by one instructions we are loading it, processing it, and taking it. Here it is separate cache memories. So we can give the instruction to two parts of processor, means processing multitasking is increases. So for one part we call it as a core 0, another part if you are calling core 1. Means it's a core 2 geo model. This is dual core, it's a core 2 model. And same concept, if you divide one processor into four parts, it's a quad core processor. Quad core processor means 0, 1, 2, 3. With each core having their own cache memory. But if you see here, it is in the specifications. It's not now, it is showing. So two core, four logical processor kind of stuff. Means it is also same concept like this. Okay. What they done, they take a dual core, means like this, and split into two halves. Means it's a core 0, this is 1, 2, 3 like this. Diagram may confuse you. So it is a dual core, and each core having two layers. So backside of the core 0, core 1, core 2, core 3. Like this is the number of cores are 2, number of logical processors are 4. Okay, so that's we have to know about a processor. Yeah, anyway, last point in this, I will tell about your processor heat sink. Guys, this is a processor. Processor usually get heats. Processor usually get heats. If it is become more heat, then what happen? Processor will burn. More heat means processor will damage. So it's a processor, not only a central processing unit. It is not only a brain of your computer. It is also very costly. So what we have done? So we put a heat sink on it. Heat sink on it. These heat sinks having a spaces in between this on a heat sink the metal part. Okay, so that's a gap in between them. So what happened if processor is getting heated? If processor is getting heated, this heat sink will absorb the heat. This processor, sorry, heat sink will absorb the processor's heat. And of course, there is a fan assembly. Okay, this will try to blow the air, so then the heat sink will get it, maintain the temperature lower. Okay, and there is a thermal paste, heat sink paste or a thermal paste in between this, between heat sink paste. So it is also used to help your process to your heat sink to absorb more heat sink from the processor, and it will make a proper connectivity. Okay, so this is also you have to maintain this heat sink paste. It is heat sink. It is. This is a laptop's heat sink. So under this one, processor is there. This plate is got heated, and it is heat transferred to this copper rod to this fan. We try to blow the air, so then it will get cool. Guys, system is you start a system, you log in, and it is restarted without showing any warning. Your system is getting multiple restarts. So obviously, we can assume that the processor is getting overheated. That's a to protect your processor from to protect your processor from damaging, system is going to restart itself. Okay, so why it is processor is getting overheated? Maybe the heatsink is not sitting properly. Heatsink is not sitting properly on a processor. Okay, the fan may be not running proper. Okay, that is the point. So again, guys, the dust on the heatsink. One day it is happened in our classroom, physical classroom. It is 3, 4 years back, 4 years back. There is a system. Our guy is working on it. So meantime, it is getting restarted. So initially we don't understand why it is keep restarting. I check the cabinet. The cabinet there is open, and see the thing. So then what happened? The CPU is getting overheated due to the dust formation in the heatsink. So compulsory try to clean up this heat sinks. So then, it will try to absorb the more heat and then make it it can absorb the heat and throw the heat away. Okay, so that is the point, guys. If you are getting continuous restarts without showing error, there is a possibility the CPU is getting overheated. Check the heatsink connectivity, whether loose connection kind of stuff. Okay, fan and dusting is also important here. So this is a few points in a CPU. Next, after break, we can see about a RAM and ROM. So next break will be 4:15. Okay. If any point I miss, you can ask me after break. Any questions any day.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys, good. Take a break. Join it for 15 to 3 minutes, plus or minus also no problem.
Okay.